Bonjour and good morning, Ramland. As you can see, we are still not back in our usual Radio Rams booth, et je vous demande s'il vous plaît de prendre quelques minutes de votre journée pour regarder notre édition vidéo de Radio Rams. I'm going to start off today by passing it right on over to Mr. St. Marie.
Thanks, Tyler. Good morning, Ramland. Well, the Canadian Snowbirds Cross Canada Inspirational Tour has ended tragically after one of the two-door jets crashed just after takeoff in Kamloops, BC on Sunday afternoon. Thousands witnessed the tragic crash, which took the life of Captain Jen Casey, the public affairs officer for the Snowbirds. Pilot Captain Richard McDougall is in hospital with serious injuries. An RCF investigation is underway into the cause of the crash. And the wet weather this past holiday weekend did not put a damper on the golfers or the gardeners who managed to find some windows of sunshine to hit the links and get some flowers and vegetables planted. Meanwhile, many Canadian universities have announced that online classes will be a major part of their educational experiences offered this fall, without any reduction in tuition costs. This is of particular concern to the thousands of international students who attend Canadian institutions. And the OPP have announced that the Western Ontario region is number 3 in the province for the highest number of driving infractions during Safe Driving Week, which ended this past weekend. Included are 5 motorcycle deaths that have happened in the past 3 weeks. And the family of registered nurse Brian Beattie is mourning his death this past week from COVID-related symptoms. The 57-year-old was a committed and caring nurse to the residents of Kensington Place here in the city. He is the first RN to die from COVID in Ontario, ironically during Nurses Appreciation Week. And last week, Thames Valley District School Board announced that it has distributed over 600 wireless devices to families that had no previous access to the internet. The board also announced that it has established 34 free Wi-Fi locations across the 4 counties it serves to better assist our rural students. Now back to Zyler with some closer to home Ramland news.
Thanks, Mr. St. Marie. Now, a reminder for all lawyer students to be checking their GoTV2Speak email addresses. This is an easy way for teachers and guidance counselors to reach you. And summer school registration opened May 15th. Families need to register through the TVDSB website. Visit tvdsb.ca and click Summer Programs and Camps under the Programs tab. You will need your OEN number, which can be found at the top of your report card. And attention graduating students, scholarship and award applications are due June 3rd and can be emailed to Mr. Kaplinskas at j.kaplinskas@tvdsb.ca. All teacher email addresses can be found on the Lurie website. And if you're planning post-secondary studies at college or university next year and haven't been able to work due to COVID-19, you may be eligible for CESB, Canada Emergency Student Benefit. See canada.ca for more details and how to apply. And did you know that you can text for mental health support during COVID-19? Text the word CONNECT to 686868 to begin a conversation with someone who can help. Mental health is important. Please take care of yourselves, Rams. And finally, a reminder that your guidance counselors are still here for you, just an email away. Addresses, once again, are on the Lurie website. Now, back to Mr. St. Marie.
Thanks, Tyler. Well, the May long weekend is often the time people go to open their cottages or go camping, golfing, or take in a wide range of home repair or gardening projects. Between the COVID restrictions and the weather, I found myself bouncing between several different tasks over the weekend. While Saturday's sunshine allowed us to get the soil in the garden box and get it filled up, then I was out to Dorchester to change the blades on my son-in-law's riding garden tractor. Looks like he found a few rocks last season. Well, Sunday's rain put us back in the garage doing a little bit of cleaning up, and with a recent OSSTF ratification vote, we won't be needing the signs anytime soon, thankfully. And my latest repair on this lawnmower may appear like something out of Red Green's garage, but the good news is, it works. You can never have too many paper clips around. Back to Zyler with another opportunity for our Rams to get involved.
Yes, Rams, we're all trying to find out what our new normal will look like, and with most of us finding ourselves with more time on our hands, why not let us know what you're up to by sending in your totally appropriate pictures to ramlandnews@gmail.com. I repeat, ramlandnews@gmail.com. This offer is open to all staff and students in Ramland. Now, back to Mr. St. Marie with last week's Name That Tune.
Well, thanks, Tyler. Yes, last week's Name That Tune was a familiar tune in our home every Sunday night, especially after dinner. Let's have another listen. Yes, Rams, that is none other than the theme music to Bonanza. Bonanza centered on the Ponderosa Ranch, located in the Midwestern United States in the late 1800s. The story of a widowed father who, with three grown sons and a Chinese cook named Hop Sing, kept many a family glued to their TV sets every Sunday evening. Mind you, it was a two-channel universe back in the St. Marie household in the early 1960s. Every episode featured Lorne Green as Pa, Parnell Roberts as oldest brother Adam, Dan Blocker was Hoss, and Michael Landon was Little Joe, and Victor Sang Young was Hop Sing. The show ran for 14 seasons and 431 episodes, a respectable showing for sure. Back to Zyler to announce our winners and to let them know what they've won.
Our winners from last week were Miss Moody, Miss Senior, Miss Hunt, Miss Kelly, Madame Plaze, and Hunter Wilson. Congratulations, everybody. Now, I'd like to pass it over to Mr. Braddox with a special message for the Laurier community.
Hello, Rams. I hope you're all doing well. It's hard to believe, but it has now been 2 months since our last day together at Laurier. And I think we can all agree this hasn't been easy or ideal, but I want to recognize our school community for rising up to this monumental challenge. Today, I specifically want to reach out to our grade 12 students. Firstly, I want to say to our senior students, it has been my distinct pleasure to get to know you this year, and I can say with proudness, you are an outstanding cohort of students. I have had the opportunity to connect with some of you over the school closure, and I know some of you are working full-time hours in essential work positions. Many of you are engaged in your online learning, and some of you are even taking care of your younger siblings at home. And I want to acknowledge your resiliency, because we can all agree this is not the end of your grade 12 year that you envisioned or wanted. If you have some questions about your graduation requirements, post-secondary options, scholarships and awards, summer school, or mental health supports, please visit our school webpage, specifically the guidance subpage, and contact your respective guidance counselor who will support you. And if you have any difficulty with your online learning, I would encourage you to contact your teacher and to be open and honest with them. And please know, no matter what your inquiry, concern, or need is, if I can be of any assistance, I would be glad to help. I've listed my email and phone number below if you want or need to reach out to me, so please don't hesitate to contact me. I also want to give you my personal assurance that we will recognize your wonderful contribution to Laurier at a future commencement date, but that date will be dependent on the guidance of our public health officials and school board leads. I want to end by sharing a personal confession and some words of advice. My confession is that quarantine life certainly has provided me with the opportunity to watch the odd Netflix series. I must admit that I'm hooked on the Netflix series The Last Dance that chronicles the career of Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls stardom. Now, despite being a longtime Pistons and Raptors fan, I must say I enjoy the series, as it has provided me with a sense of nostalgia and outlook. Specifically, there was one moment in the series when Michael Jordan is faced with significant challenges, and he is quoted as saying that he always turns a negative situation into a positive situation. I think this quote captures the spirit I need us all to embrace. With 1 month remaining in this school year, I encourage you to look for the positives and make the most of this situation so that it helps you on your journey moving forward. Remember, you're not alone. Your teachers, support staff, and school administration are here to help. Take care, stay safe, and be strong. See you soon, Rams.
Thanks, Mr. Braddox. Now, back to you, Mr. St. Marie.
Well, thanks, Tyler, and don't worry, Rams. Mr. Myron has applied for a new P-card, so we'll be giving away some Lamborghinis real soon. Well, here we go with this week's Name That Tune. Have a listen. Well, you know the drill, Ramland. If you know that tune, email your answer to ramlandnews@gmail.com. That's ramlandnews@gmail.com, and we'll announce our winners next week. Well, with more stores and services opening up in the week ahead, let's remember to keep washing our hands often and thoroughly, Rams. Remember your physical distancing, and choose to spend some time on your classwork each day. And also, let's remember to be kind to the people that we live with. Well, Well, it is a shorter week, Rams, but we hope you'll still remember to make good choices about how you spend your time and who you spend it with. And we'll look forward to seeing you back next week with another edition of Radio Rams. Have a great week. Bye for now.
Before we go for the week, as I was editing this video, I received some breaking news that the rest of the school year has been officially cancelled for Ontario students. Online classes will still continue, but we will not be back in the building until September at the earliest. This announcement came from Doug Ford at a press conference early this afternoon. Now, for real, passez une bonne journée et prenez de bonnes décisions. Have a great day, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you all back next week with another edition of Radio Rams.